Lola, yeah. Oh Lord, my God. This girl so sweet. But I ain't gonna lie. But I ain't gonna lie. She got me drippin', 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 drippin'. This girl so sweet. Standing next to me. Sweet and
Hey guys, it's your girl Kay, and this here is another episode of K and K Girl Talk. Now, I just want to thank you all for tuning in today, and if today is your first show, make sure subscribe, make sure click the notification button, so every time we have these little conversations, you won't miss out. Okay, now today we have two very important people to me here. We have the infamous Diva.
Hey.
She is a rapper. She is a tarot card reader. She is my Virgo friend. Diva, tell us how we can find you, how we can listen to your music, how we can get those tarot card reading things going on.
Sure. So you can go to my Facebook page, which is d.i.v.a, or you can go to YouTube, and it's www.youtube.com/TheRealTarotDiva.
Okay, that's how you can hook up with my girl Diva. And we have Dom, aka Chef Boy Dom. When I say he has the best salmon burger in the world,
The best.
he has the best salmon burger. He put some little red stuff on top of that.
Stuff.
Anyways, tell them how they can get some type of salmon burger from you.
Well, you can always hit me up on Instagram, chefboydom_86. We're home based right now, making deliveries, and if you just check out my page, you'll see all the amazing cuisine that I have on the page. Even some tutorials on how I make some of the dishes that I serve and sell. So just check me out, Chef Boy Dom, or chefboydom_86 on Instagram.
Okay, now a lot of men say females can't do what mine do and still be a woman.
It's true.
I don't understand why, but it is what it is. And today's topic is extremely hot. When I say hot, I mean hot.
Sweating already.
Sips tea.
It's hot, okay? And the topic is tables turn. So the first question I'm gonna ask my beautiful and handsome guest right here: do you guys believe in tit for tat? Meaning, let's just say, for example, if you catch your significant other cheating on you, would you, just because they do it back to them?
Well, me, the gentleman that I am, I like to let Diva go first.
Lamb to the slaughter. No, me personally, I won't. I'm not a tit for tat type of person. If I want to catch you cheating, because matter of fact, he was on the way out anyway. But no, for real. But I'm not a tit for tat type of person. If I find you cheating on me, yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go.
What
No
if
second
you're
chances.
like really in love with them?
Oh
And you
my
don't want to
God, I
leave.
could be really in love with somebody else. Like, what are you talking about?
No?
It's so easy to find meaningful relationships nowadays, right?
I mean, what do you think?
Well,
What would you do?
That's the phrase in itself. First of all, how old are we? You know, you're talking about tit for tat. Tit for tat, we should have left back in primary school. So
We should have, but it's not left there.
I know, but our actions aren't controlled by the actions of others. We could choose to do whatever we want to do in whatever situation we find ourselves in. You don't have to be influenced by those around you. You can do exactly what you know is right, because honestly, you can go out there and do the same thing that your partner did, but the results may be different. Say, for example, you catch them cheating, it was sex, you're emotionally broken, you're hurt, and you go out there and you cheat on them. You can come back, say you're a female, you can get pregnant, you can get an STD. You can so much things that can happen in the process of you getting attacked. So I don't think that is wise to go tit for tat. I think you should really consider your value, and if you think you're valuable, then leave.
So you don't agree with tit for tat. You're
No,
not the tit for
definitely.
tat
No,
type
I
of
think
person.
My thing is this: if we're in a relationship, there's infidelity that happens. I have one of two choices.
It might not only be infidelity though.
It can be anything. You're right. It doesn't just have to be infidelity. It can be anything. Any issue that causes a break or disruption to the relationship that we're trying to have. If you do anything that violates the relationship, I have two choices. There are only two choices. I can either forgive you and we work it out together and move on together, or I leave. 2 choices. You can't have both. Just pick one.
And it's just that easy.
It is just that easy. I think in today's society, we try to make it difficult. We try to make it complicated. It's not that complicated.
No.
Because, like Diva said, there are millions of people in this world. If you see value in this person, you think that there's absolutely no one else in this world who you could find yourself spending life with, then forgive that person and work it out. But if you know for a fact that there's bad out there for you, then do right.
It's easier said than done, okay?
Okay.
I am a tit for tat type of chick. What? No, like for real. I feel if you could do it to me, I should be able to do it back to you.
But see, what is the result of the tit for tat? See, I think no one does anything just for doing it, just in a vacuum. There's usually a purpose behind why you're doing what you're doing. So I'll just be the devil's advocate. Why would you tit for tat? What's the benefit of tit for tat?
So you can feel how I feel, so you can hurt how I hurt.
Okay, and after...
And regardless, even though, okay, let's just use infidelity as an example. Even though you go there and cheat on me, I might don't go there and cheat on you back, but I will make you think I cheated on you.
Exactly. Bing.
Okay, so...
It's all about perception.
Very good. However, once you've achieved your goal, which is to hurt your partner, then what?
Are you happy?
Exactly. That's a story for my new boo.
Okay. So now, so we don't believe, because you're a tarot card reader from introduction. Do you believe in karma? Do you believe that when you do something to someone else, regardless of whether or not they deserve it or not, that your actions will vibrate through the universe and come back and you will have a reaction from the action that you take?
I do, but in a case like that, like I would be evening things out. You started it, so that I was your karma, okay? I was your victim and I was also your karma. So like you don't gotta worry about nobody hurting you no more. I did it, okay? All right.
So tit for tat is about balancing the scales.
Yes, it is, and it's a respect thing.
So once you balance the scale, now you can now move on or stay in the relationship.
Yes.
Oh, so
So
it's not really about putting yourself in any danger at all. It's just about balancing scales.
Right. Pretty much. Yeah. You're quite
But
right.
is it truly ever really balanced? Because you might say, I hurt you, but truly, I mean, let's think about it. You might go out there and sleep with someone else, right? But do you really know if you've truly balanced the scales? Do you really know if you've truly accomplished the hurt that you're trying to accomplish with this person? How do you know?
When they find out.
But how do you know that they're hurt to the level that you were hurt when you found out that they were cheating?
Well, the thing about it is, I don't really care about how they kind of feel. It's my perception, how I perceive that they feel.
Exactly.
It's good for me.
Exactly.
Once I feel you feel like I hurt you enough to make you feel away, I good.
Exactly.
I am really good, to be honest.
I still disagree with that type of
position. It's good.
And I get it. We live in a society where they talk about, getting your vengeance, tit for tat, and get equal in the scales, so on and so forth. But there's more value, I think, in the self-respect of walking away and not having done anyone any harm when they've done you harm.
But you can unintentionally do harm to somebody.
Agreed.
You know that, right?
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
So to me, you making a choice to like do whatever is going to make you less emotional in the situation, I feel like that's what you have to do. That's for your benefit. You don't necessarily look at, especially the person who has hurt you, you don't necessarily look at what their take on how you deal with the situation is. Because truthfully speaking, somebody who is logical, when they've done you wrong, they should expect some type of negative reaction, whether it's you lashing out on them or you just like, cheating, whatever. But that's expected. That's normal behavior from somebody who's hurt in a situation.
Yeah, normal behavior in the sense of revenge. Yeah, revenge is normal, pretty normal. We often teach our children to be better than that. Like, so for example, we often teach our children, if someone hits you,
beat they ass.
You hit them back.
Do you hit them back?
I don't have children.
No, but I mean,
But-
I was, but
Yes,
you know, but
but-
would you teach your children when someone hurts you, you hurt them back? Is that? Do you think that is a valuable life lesson or a good life
Not
lesson?
necessarily so, right? I would tell my children, because I have two, I would tell them, listen, if you can avoid the problem, avoid it. But if this person is pushing you and you've reached your breaking point and they, like, you can't take it no more and they hit you or it's to the point where they could harm you, you have to defend yourself. And don't come here talking about nobody beat me, because that's another beating, okay? I need to hear your victory story, okay?
But what if you put, so that sounds like you sending your children off to war. What if you in the process of sending them, you've instilled that value, say that's your value, of vengeance. You've instilled that value of vengeance in your children. And
It's not really
It
vengeance.
is
though.
vengeance.
It's
That's
not
what-
really vengeance.
But that's what
It's-
tit for tat is.
It's not vengeance. No,
No,
tit for tat is not
but that's-
vengeance. Why you think that?
that's like
it's-
self-defense.
That's vengeance.
No.
That's self-defense.
Well, the whole premise of tit for tat is to return what was given to you. And
So how is that
that's
vengeance though?
That's the definition of vengeance.
No, I don't think so.
You want? Let's look it up.
I will. Yeah, let's look that up.
Yeah, let's
go
look
to
that up,
Google.
child,
You know, always, anytime.
You
there's
look it
a-
up on your phone,
there's-
because
there's
I
a
don't really have no
dispute.
data right now.
That's all right.
Okay?
That's okay.
Yeah,
We can-
yeah, look it up.
we can
Let's
figure-
see. Let's see what that is.
we can figure it out and see what Google says. You know, I'm on Rev, right now, and Cable Bahamas live. So if you want to sponsor, this
Yes,
show, go ahead
sponsor the
and
show.
sponsor the show right now.
Yes, you guys.
KK
KK
Girl Talk.
You can do that.
Y'all, please.
We'll leave
Don't
the
wait
PayPal
till,
link
don't wait
in the,
till
in the
KM get
description.
big to try jump on this train now, because
We will leave the PayPal link information for you to send us a sponsor. We would appreciate it. Thank you.
All right,
welcome.
so before I read the definition to these beautiful ladies over between me, first of all, tell me what do you believe your definition of tit for tat is before I read the actual definition of
it's
what
like one up in
vengeance
each other.
one upping each other. Okay. So you said about balancing the scales earlier. If you're one upping someone, then the scales are now imbalanced. So what is
It's
really
No, you concluded that that's what we were saying about balancing the scale. We were saying that based on
How
what
we feel.
okay?
satisfaction for us
Right.
after
Okay.
being wronged in the situation.
Okay. So tit for tat is about satisfaction, no longer about balancing the scales. It's about satisfaction after a wrong has been
Personal
committed.
satisfaction, yes.
Personal satisfaction.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
according to Webster's dictionary, the definition of vengeance is punishment inflicted or retribution. That's that word right there. Exacted for an injury or a wrong.
Okay.
Does that sound similar to
Okay.
what you just said just now?
No, but let's look at tit for tat. Like, we gotta compare notes.
Okay.
Okay,
You wanna repeat what
type in tit for tat.
Okay. All right. I doubt tit for tat is in the Webster's dictionary, but
Don't worry about that. We could do the urban.
All right. Here's the tit for tat definition. I want to zoom in right there on the camera just so that everyone knows that. Can you see it? It says tit for tat? Does that say tit for tat? Does that say tit for tat?
Yeah,
All
yeah, yeah.
Our listeners, I want you to hear this. The infliction of an injury or insult in return for one that has suffered. Tomato?
Yeah, it's the same.
No.
The same as vengeance. Am I correct? Okay, good. So once we've established that, so I did all of that.
Grammatically it is.
I'm just
But when it comes to like personal intention, like we ain't looking at it like
Well,
that.
I mean,
yeah.
the definition
Some
is what
people
it
ain't that
is.
smart. Like who
No,
get vengeance and stuff.
I
We ain't
understand
Okay.
what you're saying, but I only did that to get to the point that I was making earlier about what we're training our children and our society to be like. In the society in which we live, we teach our children not to exact vengeance because sometimes in the process of trying to balance the scales can be imbalanced. For example, we see it every day in this society where men go out into the streets trying to exact the tit for tat, and that's why there's so much violence in our street, right? Now, we may not equate relationship tit for tat as serious as the violence that we get in the street, but we cannot deny that sometimes in the process of exacting out that tit for tat, the violence that you see in the street can end up in the home.
Okay, I understand you 150%.
Correct.
Right? Not 200, only 150%. But
101.
But let's just say somebody keep doing this to you. That next person do this to you. That next person do this to you. That next person do this to you. Everybody keep doing the same thing to you over and over and over again. Now they're running over you.
Right.
They're pretty much bullying you to this point. So you just supposed to sit back and let it happen. You have to nip it in the butt somewhere, boo.
Exactly.
Because if you
gotta
don't,
make an example out of
because if
somebody.
you don't, it's gonna keep happening. It's gonna keep happening. It's gonna keep happening.
Well, the first thing I want to ask is, based on what you just described, is this one person or are these different persons?
Okay. It could be different persons.
But in this example that you're giving, because I can only answer with a direct scenario. I can't say generally. You have to give me.
Well, look, I'm so perfect.
What she's saying is
He's
that
perfect.
she could be with one person, but
Right.
it's a lead up to that experience with that person. So the persons before could contribute heavily to how she responds to.
Totally. Okay, that's what you're meaning. So
Yeah.
you're saying that from your past relationships and your past experiences, you've received this bad treatment, this ill treatment
The
in this
same
relationship,
exactly.
and you see the signs of the treatment because in the past relationships, when you saw this happening, this was the result. So when you go into the next relationship, you saw the same thing happening and the same result occurred. Now you're in a new relationship and you see the very same thing happening. So experience would say that this is going to be the result. Well, I would say that there's a saying that says an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. What that means is that you are, as a thinking human being, because you see certain signs, have the ability right in that moment before the experiential effect occurs to leave that situation so that you don't have to experience the effect. And if the person calls you, say, hey, babe, I'm leaving because you know when we met and we spoke, I told you about my past experiences. And in my past experiences, these were the things that occurred and this is what happened. Right now I'm in this relationship with you and this is what's happening, which is very similar to what happened before. Now, before you hurt me the way that these other persons hurt me, I'm going to leave this relationship so that I don't have to experience the hurt anymore. That's a decision that you can make.
That's true.
No one's going to force you to stay there and go through the result of the things that you were. See, God is a good God. I'm a believer in God, right?
Hallelujah.
And I believe that God always shows us, because the Bible says he makes a way of escape for us in certain situations. So he will always show you before things happen what's about to happen. But we all have free will. And we decide to stay in those situations.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not that person has a gun. You have to say, you need to stay in the situation because you know I'm about to cheat on you, so stay here till I cheat on you, and then you can be hurt. No. You can leave at any moment.
Okay, so every relationship you had, did you just up and left?
No, because it all depends on the value of the relationship to me. What I mean by that is this. If I saw a person knowing that no one is perfect, we talked about this before, no human being on this earth is perfect. Everyone has their flaws. Everyone has something they deal with, and they bring into the relationship baggage, old experiences, things they have not dealt with in their childhood, baggage from way back then, not nothing to do with you, but they bring it into the relationship. We know that. When you meet a person and you see value in them, you go into the relationship knowing that they come in with something, some type of issue, some type of flaw. And sometimes they're able to verbalize it to you and communicate that flaw to you so you know to look out for it. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't even know they have a flaw until someone points it out to them. You might be that person in that relationship. Maybe the only reason y'all are in that relationship is for them to learn about this particular flaw. So that they can go into the next relationship knowing what they learned from you and be a better person in that relationship, which is hard to
People
accept.
don't want to one point out their flaws.
Okay.
Well, hey, but see, that's the thing about relationships.
But see, some people don't grow like that. Like, they have to come to that realization on their own. Like, I mean, I agree with you and stuff like that, but like, I'm just saying, like, some people, it don't work like that with them. They have to like lose you. And sometimes that's what I'm saying. In order to walk away from a relationship, like when you walk away from a relationship, you make a person realize your worth when they did something wrong. Because when you leave, the absence lets them know that, hey, this person is not going to tolerate me disrespecting them.
And I think that's a good thing. I think that we have all been in relationships where we weren't always the person that was doing the dumping. Sometimes we were in relationships where we got dumped, and in the process of being dumped, we became better persons.
YouTube, I was dumped many times, okay? Don't feel bad.
I was never dumped. I'm lying. I think every relationship I've been, I'm usually the one saying, hey, I'm not gonna leave you, dump me.
Okay.
You know, I'm usually that type of guy. I'm usually
Okay,
that.
so with that being said,
Yeah.
let's jump into my next question. With
Sure.
that being said, since you are not the dumper, you're the dumpy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
want
if
people's feelings,
your
man.
significant other cheats on you,
Right,
would you give them a second chance?
definitely.
Like that?
Definitely. I definitely would.
We in a relationship, okay?
Definitely. You know, see the reason, again, it's all about the value of the person. See, if I don't value that person or because okay,
What would you call value? Because like the relationship itself could have value.
right?
The vajayjay could have value. Like what you value in the relationship exactly.
Well, you value things about the person that help you to become a better person. For me, that's the thing that I value the most. The things that don't change. See, the way you look, your body, the sex, those are things that are going to change over time. You're going to get older. Menopause is going to happen. You're not going to be horny as you used to be when you was 20. You understand what I'm saying? The man is going to get hard all the time. You need pills. You know, his body's going to be all
So
muscular.
you pretty much is okay with your partner stepping out on you?
No, I never said that wasn't the question. Your question
I
asked
think it's
me.
okay.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think
yeah,
he's
yeah,
okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you all can assume I could give you the answer.
You just gave us the answer.
Exactly.
Well, actually,
You-
I didn't.
you
I
did.
didn't. I didn't.
And
You asked
if
me.
that is so,
You asked
that
me-
means that there is
Okay.
some deficit on your part.
I don't. Okay, so let me explain what I mean. 'Cause I don't think
Some
the ladies-
shortcoming.
Possibly, maybe, and maybe a flaw that I'm too forgiving. If being too forgiving is a flaw, then by all means I'll keep that flaw.
But that's not your wife. Like, why you keep forgiving this person?
And this is why I wanted to fully explain what I meant. It all depends on the value of the relationship. If we're just dating, if I'm just meeting you, we're getting to know each other. There's no real commitment in this relationship, right? That's a relationship I can let go of. But if
So
I'm,
that
but
would
if
be
I'm,
cheating if you're all in a relationship.
but-
So we can't include that.
but allow me to finish. Allow me to finish.
Okay.
But if I'm married to someone, I've stood before God. Stood before.
No, let's
Christ.
not go to marriage, because marriage is a different level.
Okay, see, this is why.
Let's go to you been in a relationship with them for 2 years.
All right, this is why I
Two
wanted
and a
to-
half
A
years.
supposedly monogamous
Right,
relationship.
this is why I wanted to clarify about value. You see, because when you're dating someone, you're getting to know them. You don't really know their true value because you haven't really been through anything. You understand? And if in the process of me getting to know you, you don't have the discipline to remain focused on just me, then there's no way I'm gonna take you to the level of marriage.
I kind of disagree because men within the first, like, I would say even based on the first conversation that a man has with you, like he knows what category he's gonna put you in. You just can either be a smash and dash, or you can be like somebody I get to know and I try to see where this is gonna go in terms of a loving, committed relationship, or I'm gonna just like quickly rush into something serious with you because I already like had the opportunity to observe you in that on that level. So when you say that, oh, you have to see the value of the person,
Right.
like you basically categorized that person from the first time you all had this conversation, at least within the first week.
Well, let me let you know about all men. Like it says for all men. All men want to smash. That's point blank period. The minute we see you, the first thing we're thinking about is you're someone I want to smash. That's not surprising. All men want to smash, and if they tell
No,
you
but that's why I added smash and dash.
But let me finish.
That's a different
but
category.
Let me finish what I'm saying. It says that when a guy sees you, the way we're designed is to like what we see, physical. All right. Everything having to do with your physical have to do with sex. It has nothing to do with your personality because you haven't opened up your mouth yet and said anything. There's nothing to do with your mind because we haven't seen you solve any problems. It has nothing to do with the way you care for them because you haven't done anything for me. You understand? So when a guy sees you initially, right? It's not about smash and dash. The smash is already there. It's either smash and dash or smash and stay for most men. Now, what determines whether or not a man dashes or stays isn't really have anything to do with sex because you can get sex from anywhere. What determines whether a man stays or not is the value that I was talking about. See, but you won't see that value unless you spend time with a person until you see them in certain scenarios and you put them in certain situations to see how they react to those situations. Because the truth of the matter is, everyone's going to put on their best face when you initially meeting them. First 2 years, I'm going to be in my very best behavior. But within those 2 years, you're going to be able to see them in certain situations, and you will see what their values are. What their values are about children. What their values are about family. How they handle money. How they handle disagreements. Are they vindictive? Are they spiteful? Are they forgiving? You got to ask yourself, well, if I'm married to this person and I can't have sex with them anymore, would they stay? If I lost my job, would she stay? Would he stay? You understand? These are some of the things you get to see when you're putting value into a relationship. And that's why I said earlier in your point about if someone cheated on me, would I stay? Because that's a broad question. The reason why
I understand that, right? But as soon as I say, would you stay? You said definitely. You didn't say, oh, depends on the value.
Well,
Which made me,
which
made me, you're not going to unwind it.
If you rewind the tape, you would see the way but I answered and said definitely because it depends on the value I see in that
You said
relationship.
definitely,
Because
which
of the
mean,
value.
but no,
Forget
what
the
brought
first
me,
statement.
what brought me to the next question. That's
Okay.
why I asked you.
Go ahead.
So you will accept cheater?
No. If that's
But
the next
okay.
question, I can explain that.
I understand
You
what
asked
you
me.
said.
You asked me one thing. You asked me if I would forgive. Forgiveness is an action, right? I said yes. Now, if you ask me, do I accept cheating as a behavior in a relationship?
No.
That answer is no.
Except you mean like overall, generally,
Okay.
or like one time.
No,
it
I
don't
don't-
have to be 2 times
No,
or 3 times. One time.
The act of cheating is unacceptable.
Me?
It is.
Okay.
Let me tell you,
For
if
example,
I go to bed,
I'll give an example. Can I give an example? Okay. Say you have a bill to pay, and you, as a couple, say, "Baby, this $100 going towards the light, right? You are responsible for paying this bill. I'm trusting you to do this, right? Your significant other takes that $100 bill and does not pay the light. They have violated your trust in that you gave them a task to do, and they did not do it. Now the question is this: will you accept that behavior? No, of course not. They did not do what you asked them to do. But the question you asked is, after doing that, would you forgive them? Is the question she asked. And I said, of course I would.
I could tell you one thing. Me personally, if I go to bed, especially if I didn't had something to drink the night before, and I dream that you cheat on me, oh my boy, I don't need no proof.
You break it up.
Yeah, I breaking up. Even in my horoscope that they say, oh, this dude cheating on you, oh child, I confront me about that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
And those horoscopes and those cards have never led you wrong?
with that being said, let's go to my next question.
You gotta be joking.
My next question. Have either one of you ever had a threesome?
See, you're getting too deep now. I understand what I'm saying. I try to sit question right now.
Child, me, I greedy with my things. I ain't share.
Okay, non-response. No response.
no.
So what
I mean,
if?
for the purpose of this,
No.
for the purpose of you, and
No.
because I know that
No.
you didn't invite me here to climb up and have, you want to have a real conversation,
Right.
And I agreed to come and have a real conversation, so I will. I have had a threesome.
You had a threesome?
Yes, I've had a threesome.
Okay.
Ew.
Was it threesome with your girlfriend or just two random girls?
2 friends.
Two
I
friends.
wouldn't say random.
So
because-
none of them were your girlfriend at the time?
No, my girlfriend, meaning in a committed exclusive relationship, no.
Okay. So,
You see why you don't listen to men when they talk about, oh, she just my friend?
yeah,
Why?
pretty much.
You don't be juicing your friends, my boy.
So who got juice? My
I'm 2
enemy?
at it. 2 at a time.
I mean, I wouldn't juice my enemies. I mean, I would think I'd want to have sex with someone
Man,
who
the
cared a
enemy.
little bit
Okay,
about
so
me.
what if your partner,
My significant
your
other,
significant
exclusive
other,
relationship.
exclusive relationship,
Okay.
would you ever have a threesome with her
Hmm.
on your terms?
On my terms.
Yes.
If that's something that she wanted,
On your terms, would you ask her? Say, hey babe, I was thinking, let's try spice it up a little bit. You may just let's have a threesome.
based on my experiences, no, I wouldn't ask her to do a threesome.
But what if she asks you to do a threesome?
If she asked me to do a threesome, I would also say no, based on my experiences. And the reason, and if you want me to elaborate what I mean by based on my experience, I could, but I would say no.
So what's your experience?
Well,
I
similar to what
Child.
Diva said, it's
Just
about.
me alone is 3 people. Cause child, this.
See, enough, it's not pressure.
Yeah, that's 3 people right there.
I
Okay.
got you.
I ain't sharing my things.
I can imagine just lay out in the bed snoring after a first round.
I did too.
But my experiences with the threesome is that afterwards there's a level of shame that goes into it, because when you're being intimate with someone, you're fully exposing yourself sexually. There's no pretenses. There's nothing hidden. You're completely exposed. And even in the midst of, some people say they need to do it inebriated, they do it when they're drunk or X, Y, Z. After it's all said and done, there's a level of shame that comes afterwards, because you don't really know if that person is going to keep your confidence or not. The second part is there's an emotional component to it as well. Especially if you're doing it with your significant other, there's a sense of competition. There's this other woman here. I need to make sure that my boyfriend is only giving me the majority of the attention. And what if your boyfriend doesn't give you the majority of the attention? That's going to play on your mind. Even though in his mind he's just having fun and he knows that I'm not going to see this girl again, so I'm just going to give her a little bit more attention because I'm never going to see this girl again, or maybe I'm not going to have her on a regular basis, so let me get as much as I can out of this woman while she's here, because I'm always going to have my girlfriend. But see, your girlfriend in that moment, she's not going to think like that, because in that moment she's going to think, oh, you like her more than you like me. Look, you the same things you said to me, you saying to her. Oh, it looks like you spend a little bit more time eating her out than you did me. Oh, you like her vagina more than you like my vagina. Oh, I see you pulling her hair, you never pulled my hair. Oh, there's always going to be those comparisons, and the worst thing you can ever put your partner through in a relationship is making them feel that they are always in competition with someone else.
Okay.
Like me personally, okay, so I have two things. The first thing is, if a guy comes to me and he says, oh, I want a threesome, dude, you telling me my vagina ain't good enough for you? Like, you gotta be. No, that's how it's about perception.
Yeah.
Okay, that's number one. Especially you can't be coming to women talking about, oh, no threesome, that mean this ain't good enough for you.
What if you wanted a threesome?
Oh yeah, I bring him one dude. Let's bring a dude. Let's see how you work.
And what
out
if they
in the
okay
bedroom.
with that dude?
Then I can leave him, because I just need to confirm that that's what you're dealing with. I need to confirm that that's what you're dealing with. I can watch y'all.
This confirms that women have absolutely no clue what they want. Alright? This confirms it. She asks for a threesome, her boyfriend complies, and now she's upset that he complied with what she wanted.
I never complied.
No
I never complied.
Did she just say she complied?
No, I never complied to you going and taking nothing from nobody.
He didn't. Hold on. First and foremost, let me show you how a threesome works.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, hold on.
It's two guys.
Because first of all, Diva said
it's two guys.
Diva said she never had a threesome, right? So let's take it from person who's had a threesome. Let's show her a threesome. Actually, a successful threesome works.
A threesome, before you start,
Right.
I think a successful threesome is successful when you have ground rules.
You hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail right on the head. You took the words right out of my mouth. No one goes into a threesome without rules.
But even if you have ground rules, I know persons who have had like threesomes with people, like they brought like a male into a relation, like into a threesome connection, and the man was behind the scenes messing with the person that they brought into the whole threesome.
And this is another point.
And they had rules at inception.
And can I interject right there? This is another point to why I wouldn't introduce threesomes into a committed, exclusive relationship as well, because sometimes what you can do is end up opening up Pandora's box for your partner. For example, you might be with someone who has been heterosexual all of their life, and in the midst of a threesome, say for instance a guy and two girls, you ask your girl, because maybe you a person who used to watch a lot of porn as a man. All men could confess they've watched porn and been attracted to lesbian porn or whatever, right? And so you might be turned on by seeing two women romping with each other, scissoring each other, eating each other, or whatever, right? Now you take your heterosexual girlfriend who's never experienced that before, right? And you introduce her to something that she's never experienced before, and she ends up liking it. Now you've opened up Pandora's box for yourself, and she no longer finds you sexually attractive anymore, because you opened up that box that was never open, which should never have been open, but now it's open, and now she has a desire for women. Now you get an issue on your hands sexually, because a man cannot do to a woman what a woman can do to another woman, and vice versa. You understand? So in a situation like what you're describing, I totally can understand that. But for me, as a fully heterosexual cisgendered man, I would definitely not ever want to do anything homosexual. No disrespect to any of the persons who are of a different gender or different
Okay,
sexual
so
orientation.
what if your significant other wants to bring a guy in with rules? These are her rules. You're not gonna be penetrated. Only
Definitely
she.
not.
Only
There'll be a
she.
fight. There'll be a fight.
Only she. But these are the rules.
What are the rules? Tell me the rules.
Only she will be penetrated.
You should be penetrated.
He goes down on you.
Hold on, wait, whoa. Whoa. So anyway, and in the midst of making these rules, can I say yes or no to these rules?
She drawing a scenario though. Like,
No, I'm asking. In the midst of these rules, can I say yes or no?
I mean, if you say no to any of the questions, then it's out of the picture.
The whole threesome.
The whole threesome is out.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah,
That sucks.
because that's a part of the
Because
rules.
that's the rules.
Because that's what you want
Because
to see.
that's what she wants.
She wants to see another man going down on me
Somebody else pleasuring you. She wants to see you being pleasured.
by
And
another
she-
man, though.
Yeah, and she wants to be pleasured too.
Okay.
She don't want no woman touching her, just like how you don't want no man touching you.
But she wants another man other than me penetrating her.
Yeah.
So I have a perfect solution for that.
What?
Have a foursome.
She wants a threesome. This is her scenario.
No, I got you. But
So-
what she
so
wants,
it's
she
either-
wants someone going down on
It's
me,
either
right? If she
yay
wants-
or nay.
No.
This is a threesome.
See?
This is her decision. This
Listen,
is her decision.
Listen.
Hey, babe, it's my birthday. I want a threesome, but this is how it's gonna go down.
but again,
Either yay or nay. You know, we ain't compromising. This is my day.
I got you. Totally. However, but if you know
You
that
said
your
saying
partner-
but.
No, I'm just
Go
saying,
ahead.
If you know,
There's a man who gonna forgive her after
if
she.
you,
Yeah.
I want to say, ladies, I want to say,
Like really? Oh my gosh,
say,
where's the
I
love?
want to say, ladies and gentlemen, that forgiveness is key in the establishment and the cultivation of any successful relationship. Forgiveness is key. Without forgiveness, your relationship is bound to fail. Without a threesome, however, it can still work. Now, I want to say this. If you are in a threesome and you want your heterosexual boyfriend to have a homosexual act that goes against everything that he stands for, and you're supposed to love your boyfriend, then that's not love. And in the midst of you desiring something, you're going to violate your significant other, then that's not love either. See, a threesome is supposed to not just be about you getting what you want. It's also about respecting your partner at the same time. Hence why you don't have threesomes with your significant other, because when you're with your significant other, there is that aspect of love that is in that relationship. You can't throw that away.
Okay, so
he
pretty
said
much
you can
it's
rape
not
him,
gonna
no.
happen.
No, you can't. It's not about rape. It's like you have love, respect for your significant other, right? So if your significant other, in the midst of having a relationship with them, does not want to do something, love says, I will sacrifice what I want for the benefit of my significant
So
other.
why you can't
Would that
sacrifice
be
what
the
you want,
same
what
for
she
a
wants
woman or
for
Because-
your significant other?
Because this type of sacrifice has to do with something physical that is detrimental to my health.
How is that detrimental to your
I
health?
tell you why it's detrimental to my health. I'll
So
tell
you
you why.
put your mouth on something that
That's detrimental to your
How
health.
is that
So female
detrimental?
on female could be detrimental.
You got to say you like mine.
There's detrimental to your health in this, right? In this one.
But what
right?
if your woman don't like females neither?
Then
what would you
these are the
do?
rules for me.
Then you would go
Then-
and find somebody else
No,
who's
no,
willing
no.
to do it with you and the next person.
That's your assumption, or you want to hear my answer?
That's what most men would do.
That's most men, but you want to hear my answer?
No, we
Oh,
don't.
Lord.
We don't
You
want to
don't
hear.
have my answer.
No,
Oh,
absolutely
You
listen.
not.
just want to assume.
Archangel Michael.
That's it.
That's
We
what I'm
don't.
assuming.
We're not assuming.
This
We
Archangel
know.
Michael. This man too decent to ever have a threesome in his life.
Now we know that's my career because I already said that I've had threesomes. I said I wouldn't bring it. And now if I'm single and I'm just cooling, it's whatever. But in an exclusive relationship, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. This
Go
was
ahead.
the initial
Go
question.
ahead.
This is what she wants. If you said no to any one of her decisions, then it's off.
Okay.
All you do is say no, then we ain't having a threesome.
It's
That was
yes,
it.
you have treat with me and gonna tag you, but you this nigga not touching me. You're not gonna suck.
I doubt he gonna sit there.
All right, let me.
I doubt
Can
he's
I give you
gonna
a
sit
can I
there.
give you a different scenario? What about in the midst of sex, right? Your guy wants anal sex and you're not into anal sex, right? But
Why
you
you
say
trying to
no.
have sex with me in the head?
That's another scenario telling me my vagina ain't good enough.
Okay,
That's another one.
So there are.
So if you're trying to get
even-
me in my butt,
So-
you shouldn't be complaining
I
about
got you,
me
I got
getting
you.
this dude on
I
top
got
of you.
I got you.
Okay?
I got you right.
So how about-
So what I'm saying is.
Hold on. But we rolling? What we doing?
Rolling up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you don't want, in the midst of just one-on-one sex, there are certain things you're not willing to do. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
Okay, do I say, well, we want the one-on-one sex, if you don't want to do this and the whole sex is off? No, you compromise. In any type of sex,
Okay.
whether it's one-on-one, two-on-one, four-on-four.
No,
or-
absolutely
you
not.
have certain-
Once your
Absolutely.
penis high,
Absolutely
you
not.
can compromise because you don't want no blue balls, okay? So,
Hold on, whoa, can you repeat that?
you know, you saying compromise in terms of like if sex was suggested or whatever. Like,
Okay.
but you ain't doing that for me. You doing that for you because you know you ain't finna leave up there with no hard penis and then get your burst. Okay? You can leave with blue balls. So that's for you. That ain't for me.
No, I think you misunderstood what I'm saying. I think that what I'm saying again is, if you have a one-on-one sex, if you're in a relationship, there are certain things that you find during one-on-one sex that you're willing to do, and there are certain things that you're not willing to do. Am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
Okay. In the midst of telling your partner we're about to have sex, or maybe not even right there and then in the midst of being in the bed, but say you are over dinner, you know you want to have sex, you're about to discuss some things. And through that discussion, you tell your partner what it is that you're willing to do and what things you're not willing to do. Am I right? So in the midst of telling them what you're not willing to do, because of that one or two things that he may want to do and you're not willing to do, is sex completely off the table.
That part, what you want to do,
Yeah.
that's off the table.
That's off the table.
That's not happening.
So in the midst of a threesome, the same rule applies. If you saying that I'm going
In
to
the
have-
midst?
No, not in the midst of it. Because no one just has a threesome.
No,
That's
you
something-
said in the midst just now, in the midst of a threesome. So I'm just making sure, like,
Okay, let
that
me
we
be
have
clear.
this conversation before the threesome.
So in the midst of having the conversation about having a threesome before it occurs, the same rules apply. You talk about what it is that you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. It doesn't take the whole threesome off the table, but you let that person know in advance. Say, look, I can do the threesome. Some girls have told me in the midst of threesome, you know what? I always wanted to eat a girl up. There have been some girls who want to do that. There's some girls who just want to kiss another girl. There's some girls who want to scissors another girl. It all depends on what they want to do. Now, yes, the threesome may be for me, but also it's for you as well in the sense that you're going to enjoy yourself. Right? You are going to enjoy yourself.
Threesomes for you. Threesomes for you. Threesomes for everybody.
You might want to enjoy yourself too now.
Okay.
It ain't just about me. You going to enjoy because
Okay.
why? You gonna get a bus too. Am I right or am I
Okay,
wrong?
listen,
That's why you get dudes who capable of doing all of that.
So you
Hold
want
I want a one-stop
you want a
shop
gender
type of
fluid
man.
type of
Yes.
guy. You want a guy who can do you and get do at the same time.
Okay, listen,
No,
listen.
I'm saying like he could eat me out and stuff like that and do all that stuff. I don't have to look to nobody else to do that.
Okay,
to me.
threesome off the table for her is pretty
Yeah.
much what she's saying. Nobody else is in the circle.
Yeah.
No
Let me
what?
say again.
Yeah,
Can
That's
be
for
clear?
her.
I'm greedy.
A threesome is out for an exclusive relationship. If we just cool and be friends,
To you,
it's whatever.
for you,
No, I
right?
don't think that's
It
true.
is
That's,
whatever.
that's his opinion.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Your opinion is
An
no
exclusive
threesome
relationship, no
all
threesome.
together.
Yeah.
My thing, I ain't even know how y'all get all up into that. But all I did was ask, right?
Right.
I said, it's my birthday. It's my day.
Got you.
My day.
Yeah.
I don't care about the rest of y'all in this threesome. This threesome is about me right now.
All right.
You can decline. If you decline one thing, the threesome is off the table.
Okay, what do you want in your threesome,
We
Karen?
ain't negotiating this.
Tell us what you want in your threesome. Your birthday
It's
coming up.
off the table.
What you want in your
right?
threesome, Karen?
Let's just say I want 2 guys in my threesome.
Okay. What else you want?
And you are my significant other who I love so much, and because I want you to be pleasured also,
Okay.
to feel something also, he can make sure you straight too.
Bing.
You understand? He can make sure you straight, he make sure I straight. He ain't none of us doing the work. He doing all the work. What would you say to that?
I'd say no.
You would say no.
No.
And then that was the end of
Not
that.
saying that. That's
But what if she
That's
blindfolded
it.
you? Ain't like you would know the difference.
You understand? Okay, babe. We gonna have a threesome that time he got on the head and everything. You know?
First of all, you said I'll be a significant other.
Yeah.
Maybe we on the way towards marriage.
Yeah.
Would you ever disrespect me in a relationship?
No.
Okay, so you're not gonna
Disrespect?
You're
That's
not
a
gonna-
hookup?
You're not gonna
You
blindfold. You're not
you
gonna
might blindfold
You're not
me.
gonna blindfold me doing anything homosexual to me because
That's
you
a
already know.
hookup.
I would think that as disrespectful, right?
You won't ever know.
I'll know.
How?
I know.
How?
Because if my dick been inside your mouth, I know exactly what your mouth feel like.
My mouth.
Yes.
But what if I brought a female? You thinking it's a female's mouth?
Why would I think that?
Because this is now it's your birthday and we trying to make you happy. Two of us,
I
me
don't think any
and
man goes-
her.
There's no man on earth.
Don't speak for
There's
you.
no
You
man
only
on
can
earth.
speak for you.
There's no, let me hear me out. There's
Speak
no.
for you.
I'm gonna say again. I'm gonna put my head on there and say I don't believe there's any man on earth that goes into a sexual situation not knowing how they can get in and out of that sexual situation.
Speak for
Yourself.
Okay. Well, let me retract my statement and speak for myself. Even though brother and I can speak for y'all. There's no heterosexual man on earth that in the midst of a threesome is going to agree to doing a homosexual act.
Okay, I understand that part.
That's it.
But
so if you know
I
your boyfriend
understand-
is a heterosexual male and you love your boyfriend, you're not going to disrespect him by asking him to do a homosexual act. That's why threesomes are not meant for exclusive relationships. Because of the respect factor. That's it. And you know that too. I know you're trying to play devil's advocate and everything like that, right? And that's cool. But you already
Y'all know
know.
I decent,
But
right?
you already know. You already know that you want to be respected. And you wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
Because you know why?
Why?
You're right.
You know why?
Why?
Because the next day, first of all, he can punch you up, and then the relationship can be over.
Firstly,
I hope you know how to fight.
it's a surprise.
I hope you know how to fight.
Me and my girl right here.
Uh-huh.
You's my boyfriend. Me and my girl right here.
You told me that she coming over.
Right.
And you blindfold me.
I
and
blindfold
you gonna do
you.
it.
My girl coming over. You might actually see her walk in the
So the
middle
blindfold was still on my face the whole time.
the entire time.
I ain't never know what's going on.
No, until I take it off and tell me and you time for us two to go into bed.
Right. And you will know that secretly that you violated me.
Yes.
Mm.
And then maybe afterwards they say, babe, how was it? How was the head? Was she
Oh,
good?
child,
That was so
I need
good.
a
I'd be
head
like,
job all the time.
Don't
okay.
ever tell your heterosexual male what you did.
Empty her.
Because that might be a homicide.
We'll see how it goes.
Don't see how it goes.
Anyways, my last and final question. My last question.
G's finished fast, boy.
My last question. Would you financially support your unemployed partner without a definite timeline of getting a job?
Child, it sound like acrimony.
Let's go, Diva.
Mm-mm.
You first.
I've been in those types of situations before, but there was, okay, they may not have been able to give financially, but they were taking care of like the maintenance of the car, errands, dealing with stuff behind the scenes that I couldn't deal with. So it was not like for a long period of time, but I tolerated it for a while until they got on their feet.
So how long you think you would have tolerated it?
Yeah, so this person, he was like, you know, taking care of like responsibilities around the house, maintaining the car and that sort of stuff. Let's say it's a situation where he may have lost his job or whatever. I would tolerate 6 months to a year of you finding a new job. But after that, like if I realize that you're trying to stay home all the time and you're trying to do nothing with your life, like buddy, you gotta go.
Okay.
You gotta go. I'm not gonna be like some of these females out here. You robbing Peter to pay Paul, and you fattening frog for snake.
No, that don't work. What about
No.
you?
I definitely
As
would.
a male,
As a male, definitely. Because
you definitely what?
I definitely would support my partner because
Okay.
the key words in the question, partner. We in this together. You know,
But for how
and
long
as-
would you do that?
As long as it takes. As long as I know for a fact that she's trying to find a job, and we know, especially in this pandemic right now, it is so hard for people to find jobs, and people have lost jobs on no fault of their own.
So why
They
you
didn't
wouldn't
do-
hire to chef boy at
The funny thing is that when I started my company, it was because of the pandemic. You know, I'm a teacher by profession, but being home doing virtual school allowed me the opportunity to pursue other ventures. And in the process of pursuing my other venture, and it's actually a true statement, my significant other was without a job. She was furloughed. She worked in the hotels. So many persons were furloughed for over a year. And we started that company. Well, I started the company, but she was like the backbone, helping me to establish and push and get things together. And whatever I had, it was hers as well, because we were in this together. We were a partner. This is my partner. You don't go into a game with your teammate and say, well, if you lose, then it's all right. No, if you lose, I lose, because we're on the same team.
Okay.
You know, and I think we all have to work together, especially now, to help each other to get back on each other's feet, because the tables can turn at any time. This time for you, next time for me.
So let's just say you wasn't doing the chef boy thing. You just was your doing the teacher thing, and sis got furloughed from school, from work, and now we're just depending on your teacher salary.
Then you have to adjust, and you adjust and you make it work, because again, today for me, tomorrow for you, and you have to be able to show your partner that, hey, you chose me to be a partner for a reason, because you knew that in this world, fighting against this world, I was the best person to have your back when it came to the challenges of this world.
When BPL called for they build, you talk but adjust. You can be stressed the hell out. You don't even want to see around you. You don't want none of that vagina.
No,
none of that.
I can answer that question, I think, because I'm not speaking from
not from personal
place.
experience. I'm just saying
No,
generally.
I'm saying I'm actually speaking from personal experience. I'm not speaking from hypothetical scenario. I can tell you that your life adjusts when you're supporting not just yourself but another person. You understand? And there are things that you had mentioned before. I think you mentioned perfectly. There are things that your partner can do outside of bringing money to the table that can help make life easier for you when there's only one income coming in. For example, if you know that it's two of us now, then maybe you don't burn the AC all day. Maybe you help to conserve the energy. Maybe you help with instead of us going out to eat, the might be with a spend when we were both working, going out to eat, maybe you spend that money in the grocery store and have a home cooked meal. You adjust together and you make it work.
Okay, let's just say, we're speaking hypotheticals right now.
Yeah.
You've been with this female for 6 months, right? Before the pandemic started. Pandemic hit. She lives here. You live here. She has her bills to be paid. She's unemployed. You live over here. You got your teacher thing doing. But she still need help over here. Yes, she got a little bit of savings, but she still need help paying these bills. What would you suggest, or how would you help her?
Well, the first thing
knowing you can't pay all her bills,
and she got 2 children within yours. Let's add them.
Sorry,
No, we gotta add them because we gotta look at the
bigger picture.
You put this up in a scenario would have taken care of you during this process.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
All right. So
it's not like we got a match.
I think what I would have done was we would have first sat down and we would discuss the options, right? We would say, "Hun, okay, you're not bringing in any income, but this apartment is draining you. It's taking away the savings that you've built up all your life, all this time while you were working, and it doesn't seem as though your job is coming. I think you should not exhaust all of your funds. I would say let's consolidate together. I would say, hey, if I have the space, like you say 2 children, if I have a 1-bedroom apartment, that's not gonna work, of course. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to figure that out. Maybe the parents can take, your parents can take the children, or maybe their fathers can hold on to them for the time being until you get situated.
What?
And what I mean is,
my children, while you juice me up and they in my mommy house.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm saying if the situation if it doesn't have any space to put them, I wouldn't want your children.
No, would you get a
excuse me,
2-bedroom apartment for us?
Again, that's why I said we would consolidate and work together. But I was only going off the scenario that Karen gave me.
Child,
She gave me where I'm at. I'm in a 1-bedroom. You and your 2 bedrooms. You got kids. I'm hoping in a 2-bedroom with your kids. Maybe I move out of my 1-bedroom, join you at the 2-bed, right? And then we live together and we make that happen. Or me being a saved Christian man, hey, if I really serious about this relationship, hey, I don't want to do the shocking up thing, and I see us having a future together, then let's get married, let's make this happen.
Mind you, all only been talking for 6 months.
Now, we only been talking for 6 months. Honestly, to be completely honest, for most men, we already know what we want to do. A lot of times men don't marry women right away because they feel financially responsible to be prepared to take on a woman and her responsibility as a man. Like, we talk about it all the time. We know that men don't want to be taken advantage of women who they have no intention of spending the rest of their life with. If I know you're my wife, I have no problem helping you pay your bills. I have no problem investing in you. I have no problem giving you the money out of my pockets. Guess what? When you become my wife, I'm going to be doing the same thing because we can be one. But if I know I'm not serious about you or you're not serious about me, hell no, I don't want you taking advantage of me. So in that situation of 6 months, if I know for a fact that, hey, this person I really want to be with, then hey, let's make this happen. What's the hold up? Let's get married. What are we wasting time for? But if I'm not sure,
But
okay,
but getting married to the individual does not solve the problem.
no, it's not a problem solver, but it eliminates one of my spiritual problems, which would be I don't want to shock
No,
up.
but like the truth of the matter is, like she ain't worrying about your spiritual problems. She worrying about Mr. Hannah getting his rent, and
Okay.
you
Yeah.
been owing 6
All right,
months.
so let's-
You finna come up in
So
here
let's
unless you get that 6
let's
months.
just clarify this right now. If I'm dating a woman, she has no care about my spiritual well-being. That's not the woman for me.
See, you gaslighting now.
I'm not gaslighting.
You gaslighting
You-
because
hold on,
you
hold on.
disregard the topic we are on right
Did
now.
I really
Get it?
disregard
Hold on. Let's hear what she
The
said.
topic we on right now
Okay.
is like you being there for her in a situation where
Okay.
she is financially in distress.
Right.
So your spiritual values, I mean, at that point in time, does not play a role in what you have or what you feel you should do or you are able to do for her in that situation.
All right, let me correct you right there and show you why spiritual matters are very important in that situation. Because as a Christian, what the Bible says as a man is you are the head of your home. So if I'm the head of the home in a marriage, that means I'm not responsible for you and your household.
So the
for-
only way you will take on this lady's bills or whatever is if you marry her.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that in the midst of a relationship, if I see a future heading in that direction towards marriage, right? And I see a plan in place for us to get married, in the process of that plan coming into fruition, I have no issues helping her with her bills or getting her situated because it only helps me in the long run. But what I was answering to Diva's question about whether or not, hey, I have my 2 kids here, and you only have a 1-bedroom apartment, and I don't want my children living with their baby daddies, or I don't want them living with my mom. I want them to stay with me, right? So that means the solution to that problem is for us to live together in a situation where not only that me and you can be together, but also the children. So for me, in that situation, I would then head towards marriage because for me, I don't want to shock up.
But you ain't got no time for all of that.
Why not?
First of all, the
How
woman.
long does it
the
take for
woman-
me to go to the justice of the peace and say, hey, listen, this is the woman that I want to spend the rest of my life with?
You don't come
sign
in my
the dotted
life
line.
talking about the
It
first
takes
time
about-
I get married in my life, you're going to know JP. Okay? My mommy got to wear her big hat. Everybody got to come show
All right,
up.
so see, you already missing the point.
No,
you
I'm
already
not missing a point, but you got to look at what the majority of females are going to want for themselves, especially in a first-time marriage. But what I'm saying to you, you said that in order for you to like do or make certain steps in terms of a woman being in that situation, you would have to like be married to her, right? Why would that not have been? Why would she still have been in that situation anyway if you had already viewed her as marriage material?
Well, the first thing is when I dated her or viewed her as my material, one of the factors would have been she had a job. She was financially stable.
But
Now
she lost her
pandemic-
job.
Exactly. So now that the pandemic has come in, some of the rules have changed. The situation has changed. So because the situation has changed, certain decisions have to change and have to be adjusted. Yes, I agree with you. I think a woman should definitely have the most wonderful Disney-style wedding that she's always dreamed of. If that's what she wants, that's fine. But if you don't have the funds to make that happen, then it doesn't make sense to hold off a marriage for that purpose. Because that's what you
But
can
you
do.
don't have the time for that either, like because you was juicing all the whole time and you weren't but no marriage. Okay? Now that the woman about to get put out the house, you talking about you gotta marry her to bring her in the house?
Well, again, you're changing different scenarios, and every
No.
scenario you're changing, I'll have to give you an answer for that scenario. So you're making different assumptions and insinuations. Like
Okay.
you're saying, oh, you was juicing me, so if you was juicing me, you
But-
wasn't planning on marrying me.
But you
I wasn't the
was
case.
choosing her like this, a relationship that y'all in, like you was sleeping with the woman. You wasn't concerned
Okay.
about marriage
But
then.
remember,
Hold on.
Diva,
Can I butt in, please?
No.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You the host.
Okay, let me just interject just for a small little tiny bit. You said in the beginning like within 6 months, a man normally will know if he wants to marry a woman, right?
Typically.
So why? This is what she's trying to ask. So
Right.
why all because of this pandemic, and now we have to change our living situation? You wants to marry me. That's what I think she's trying to get.
And I think I answered that actually earlier because I said that when a man has already made the decision, the only reason once he's made the decision, his mind doesn't do it the next day, is because of finances. That's it. And if you're in the midst of a pandemic, that pandemic affects the finances. So because it affects the finances, he no longer has the time to plan out and stretch his finances to give you the wedding that you want.
Okay, but
so
if
in order
you
to
said in that
maximize,
situation that you wanted a JP wedding, and she
no, I didn't say.
to go with that.
Hold on, let's leave the correction. I didn't say I want a JP wedding. I'm saying you saying that you don't have the time for it. I'm trying to say that time has no factor in place when it comes to getting married. You understand what I'm saying? That time is not a factor.
You confusing me.
I don't know why, but time is not a factor. If you want to get married to someone, it's as simple as signing a document on the dotted line. I think people make the mistake thinking that a marriage is only a marriage.
What would marrying this person do for her situation? Like, how would that help her?
It
Like,
would do a lot because one, if we get married, if I was to pass away, all of my assets, my finances would go to you as the wife.
Okay,
but
we're
your
talking.
assets could go to Mr. Hannah, who needs a little 8 months rent.
Well, if that's what, but again, that's the point. Because check it out, if we're married,
Okay,
that means you're now financially secure
Now.
in a marriage.
Now check it out. Check it out. Y'all.
But does she understand that though?
Y'all just
You
going,
get
going over the question.
Okay,
Y'all
so-
going over the question.
Let's come back over the hill. Let's come
Up
back over the
there.
hill. We
We
come back over
right
the hill.
here. We right
Let's go.
here, bro.
We right here. We right
You
here.
date me.
I mean, okay.
I live here.
All right.
You live there.
Looks nice place.
You know, I live here. You live there. I don't work
Okay.
because of the pandemic.
Right.
Circumstances beyond my control.
Right.
I am unemployed.
Are you looking for a job?
Use my do it. We can't look for job right now.
Why not?
When the pandemic started.
Yes.
When the pandemic, when we was looking for job, we was confined
Everybody
to
was
home
exactly.
2 weeks.
That wasn't actually the case, but for continue your scenario though.
We was confined. We was on lockdown,
let's
so
just say
nobody
we
was
confined.
working.
You're not being able to find a job. Okay,
You understand? Unable to find a job.
Okay.
We confined. I have 2 children.
Okay.
Now I need your help.
Okay.
You said we're gonna sit down. We're gonna talk about how we're gonna figure this out, right?
Correct.
We sit down. We talk about how we're gonna figure this out.
Do we figure it out?
We're sitting down talking about how we're gonna figure this out, right?
Okay.
Our choices are you either moving with me or we get married. What was it? Because you said in order for you to move in with me, because of your spiritual views, we have to be married because you ain't into shacking up. You're not on that shacking up thing.
Right.
So in order for you to move in with me,
Right.
we have to get married. So which means in order for you to help me, you have to move in with me. That means you have to marry me. That don't make no sense. That means you're not trying to help me. Pretty much, the only way you're gonna help me is if I agree to marry you.
Why would you not? Why would you want my help if there's no intention of marrying me?
We're dating. We're still getting to know each other. We're still finding out each other. Yes, I need you right now. Either you help me or you don't help me.
No, I got you. But the question is, why would you get into a relationship with someone you have no intentions of pursuing a marriage with?
When you start dating,
Right.
you get to know people,
But-
each other. We're
No, I
getting
get-
to know
I
each
get what
other.
you're saying, but is this an exclusive relationship?
We are dating.
No. I understand that you're repeating the word dating, but in this situation, you need to be clear because for your listeners and your viewers, you can't assume they understand your point.
Okay, we are exclusively dating.
Exclusively dating.
Yes.
So we're past the this is our first date, second date.
Yes,
We've
yes.
excluded everyone else that we were talking to.
Yes.
It's just me and you.
It's just me and you.
So when we made that decision, just being me and you, do you know what decision? Why we made that decision?
Tell me why.
We made that decision because we feel like out of all the other people that we were dating, you're the person that I can see myself spending the rest of my life with.
No, you're the least annoying one.
Okay.
I can
We
say
done
that
passed, we
you're
done
the
passed the
least
phone
annoying
tag,
one.
we done passed the minutes, we done
But
passed
we're
the
still,
count snap.
I still feel you. I still like you. I don't hate you. I still like you. We're still talking. I ain't get to know you too much yet. We ain't live together.
Listen,
I ain't sleep in your house yet. I
Got
even
you.
know if you like to clean
Yeah.
or if you just do this or you
Right,
just do
right.
that. If you just snore, you just
Right, this is
all
scenario.
these things, right?
Got you.
I don't know these things.
But we're exclusively
we're
dating.
exclusively dating.
But you don't know anything about me, but we're exclusively
I
dating.
know some things, but I don't know enough to marry you yet.
Well, I think the first mistake you made was getting exclusive with a person you don't know. Because then the reason why that's not a good situation is because if they don't know you or you don't know them, then you don't know what they can.
I never
do
said
for
that
you.
I don't know you.
You just said that.
I don't know you enough to marry you.
Again, that's what I'm. That's exactly.
No.
You're saying the same thing I'm saying.
You still don't know everything
We're
about
not disputing
them.
that. We're not disputing that. But I asked Karen something specific. You said that I am exclusive with you simply because you're the least annoying person. But you just said I'm only repeating what you said.
I know what I said.
You said that you don't really know anything about them.
About
the person you chose to exclusively. The only thing you know about them, undeniably, is that they don't annoy you. But
I don't
the other
know.
things that are important,
You are
don't know?
you're interpreting my words wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet right now.
Because
But you
this
repeat
is
what you
what
said.
this is what I am saying.
Okay,
Yes,
go ahead.
the people who I used to talk to, I don't talk to them no more because
Right.
they ain't making much sense, right?
I got you.
So you're the one who's making the most sense right now.
Right.
We're exclusively dating, right?
Got you.
We haven't sat down and said, okay, we're gonna be in a relationship so we can move forward.
Okay.
We're still dating, we're still getting to know each other.
Just cut off the other people.
Everybody, right.
Okay.
Damn.
Everybody else gone. So I'm putting my 100% focus on you.
Gotcha.
On you right now so I can get to know you more.
Okay.
Get to know you better. Now, pandemic come, slap us in the face. I still didn't know you that good.
Okay.
But we exclusive.
Okay.
And I am asking you for some assistance.
Right.
And the only way I'm going to get assistance is if you move in with me. And the only way you're going to move in with me is if you marry me because you don't want to be shacked up.
Right.
And me right now with 2 children, 2
Right.
babies,
Right.
is not going to just jump up and marry the first guy for 6 months. Just like that, just because I'm in a
Let
situation.
me ask you a question. Why would you not jump up and marry the person that you just dated for 6 months? Why would you not do that?
Because I don't do that.
Well, me personally, I wouldn't be in that situation
I'm so
if
sorry
you-
to cut you off. Diva. This is really, really important. I need her to
Okay,
understand what it
alright,
is that
go
she's
on.
saying.
I can be right here waiting for you.
So you're saying that you got into a relationship with someone,
We dating.
but I get all of that.
Oh.
You got into a relationship with them, but you are not willing to marry them. You're not willing to make that step, that major step of full commitment to that person.
Not
Dang.
Not
right
now.
now.
Got you
No.
totally. So if you're not willing to make that level of investment, because that's what the commitment is. A commitment is an investment in a person, right? Why should that person then invest in you financially?
See, that's your choice. That's your choice. You don't have to do it. You could say, you know what?
Totally.
You could say, you know what?
Totally.
I only know you for 6 months. We ain't there yet. I
Right.
can't help you. Boom, bam, boom.
Right.
Go that way.
Right.
Let her find somebody else who's willing to help her.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
you're-
I want to just clarify something because I think you go miss something that I said.
Okay.
I said that the part about marriage and moving in together came from if we sat down and decided that we should live together to maximize the funds that we have remaining because of the pandemic.
Okay.
That's where the whole marriage thing
Okay,
came in. Right?
understood.
I just want to make clear that's where the marriage. I think the misunderstanding comes where you feel as though I said, "Oh, we're dating. Oh, it's a pandemic. Well, let's get married so that I can help you." No.
Yes.
We sat down as 2 persons who decided to exclude everybody else. Yeah, you don't know everything about me. Yeah, I don't know everything about you. But when we sat down to discuss this, one of the ideas or one of the solutions that we came up with was, hey, if we combine the resources we have now together by living in one home together, we can maximize the finances that we have. So if we're living together, right, working together, struggling together in one house, what in the world is that but not marriage?
But y'all don't have that.
Okay.
That's why I want to get married.
Okay. So we understand his views. We understand Diva's views. Everybody have their own views.
Yes, definitely.
Okay? And that was today's topic. Tables turn. That was hot. When I say hot, I
It was in my
mean,
face.
What Drake say? We may live in same buildings, but we got different views.
what she said. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching K and K Girl Talk. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. So every time we have these little conversations, you won't miss out.
And feel free to donate to the channel so you could see more of her content. She's going to upgrade, do great stuff with the channel. Donations are appreciated. Check the description box below for that information, okay?
Yes, that's my girl Diva. This is my boy Dom, and we are out.
I was hanging out by Japan, down by the fish fry, and every time I think but that night my eyes one cry. I wasn't looking for no one, I was doing my own thing, minding my own business, trying to order one drink. That's when I heard bartender put that on my tab. I turned around and I saw this woman sucking on one crab, and now I my head so gone. This girl so sweet. Look at that. Man, you see that?